What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a very chill, relaxing, just chit chat life update Q&A. This Q&A specifically is going to be more about just like job stuff, dating, family, just life. And then I'm going to be doing a separate Q&A all about health and fitness. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so that you don't miss future videos to come. I love doing these Q&As because I just get to sit in my bed and talk to you guys because you guys are my friends. And you guys had some really good questions, which I wrote all out in my little journal. For this video, we're going to be diving into all of this. I won't make this intro too long. Let's just get right into it. First question, how has post-grad life been? This question got asked a ton, so we're just gonna knock it out right away. So as you guys know, I graduated back in May. It is now the end of October, almost November, and post-grad life has been weird because obviously we're in a pandemic. For the most part, I think things have been pretty good. I've been staying busy. I've been working on YouTube and, you know, working on my fitness and just keeping myself busy every day. Obviously, this is not what I had planned for or expected out of being out of college, but I mean, given the circumstances, I feel like I'm doing what I can and I'm just working on myself. What has been your biggest challenge during the pandemic? Obviously, the first couple of months were probably the roughest because everyone in the world was in shock. I think the abruptness of everything getting canceled altogether, like the rest of my semester and all the volleyball tournaments I was supposed to play, and just like the last moments of hurrah with my friends, and the turnaround of me living in college to having to move back home to this room. It was so quick. The adjustment period was definitely the toughest, and I think most people can agree. And the uncertainty of everything, that is still a constant struggle. As the months have been going on and the pandemic has been, you know, having its ups and downs, I think everything just kind of feels like this is the new normal. Instead of focusing on all the negative things and thinking about all the things that I've missed out on because of the pandemic, I think now I'm just trying to be more positive and look at things on the bright side. I could have had it way worse. I think I'm very lucky to have graduated when I did. For the people who have lost their jobs, have been struggling during this time to stay financially sound, and for people who are seniors right now who don't get to get any of their senior activities, like, the whole situation in the world right now has been affecting people in different ways. The way I've overcome the struggles that I've had during this pandemic have just been to put things into perspective. Are you job hunting? If so, how's that going? So I've been getting a lot of questions about like job stuff. Do I want to find a job? Do I just want to do YouTube? Like, what is my plan with that? So to answer those questions, currently I am just doing YouTube, Instagram, just social media in general, which is what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And so I don't think I can really categorize myself as being unemployed because this is technically my work. I feel very lucky to have this job during this time because it's been keeping me busy, it's been keeping me sane. It's not the most steady income and I don't think it's the most sustainable. So I do want to find a real big girl job of some sort. Not to say that doing YouTube and social media and all that is not a real job, because it definitely is, but your girl just wants like different work experience, you know? A couple months back, I was kind of more on my grind on working on my resume and just searching for jobs in general. Finding a job right now during the pandemic, it just seems very overwhelming and difficult. I don't want to use the pandemic as an excuse because maybe I'm just lazy and I haven't been looking hard enough. But I mean, when you think about it, it's like the job market is probably so competitive right now with people who have just graduated or people who have lost their jobs and are trying to look for a new job. I'm just lucky that I have something to do right now, so that's why I haven't really been looking for jobs as hard as I should. I'm not currently looking, but I will soon. Do you have any plans to move out anytime soon, and do you feel pressure to? So currently I am living with my parents back home. I have this room here, which I'm so thankful for. To be honest, I don't think that I will be moving out soon. I don't think it would be the best option for me to move out at this point because financially I'm just not there. And I don't feel pressure. I see a lot of my friends or just people who I follow, whatever, who are my age, maybe a little bit older, who are already living on their own and have moved out. Kind of makes me feel like I should be at that stage too, but I also don't get that pressure, especially from my parents. Like, they're not forcing me to go figure out my life right away. I think my plans are changing and shifting a little bit. Beginning of this year, before anything COVID related had hit, I was so sure that I would just move out after college and not come back home and stay. But I've been thinking about it more and I think it's just the best option for me at this point. Have you experienced post-grad depression? Oh, that must be a real thing, huh? Depression's a little bit of a heavy word, so I don't like to throw that term around, but post-grad sadness. Yeah, definitely felt that, especially because my year was cut short. Obviously, I have a lot of time to be thinking these days, and I miss college, I miss that life, and to think that like those 4 years were just 4 years back then that I will never get again. I see my Snapchat memories come up of just all of the fun memories in college, and it makes me sad but also happy that it happened. Are you planning on staying in San Francisco for work? This kind of ties in with me moving out versus me staying home. So I think the best option for me, and I've talked to other friends about this too, the best option would be for me to just continue living at home, maybe for a year, 2, whatever, and work in the city. Because there are people who dream of moving to San Francisco or just the Bay Area in general for work. So yeah, I can definitely see staying in San Francisco and working here for a little bit in my cards. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh god, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be 27, turning 28. Oh my god, that sounds really old, but also still young. People are still figuring out their life at that point, and I think I will be too. In 5 years, I hope that I would have at least lived somewhere else other than SF for a little bit. I've mentioned and talked about this before, but living in LA would be really freaking cool. And not just to be some basic influencer who wants to move to LA, whatever, like that's not why I want to move there. Like, my best friend lives out there, I love the warm weather, and I just feel so independent and motivated, and I think that would just be something that's like out of my comfort zone. All right, I'm not gonna get off on a tangent. In 5 years, I hope to be moved out, possibly living somewhere else, maybe in a relationship. Oh gosh, why does that make me feel icky and cringy? I hope to have a stable job, still thriving on YouTube, still killing it in the gym and all that sort of stuff. I just want to be living my best, most healthy, happiest life. Have your post-grad plans changed due to COVID? Definitely yes, because I had pictured myself just spending that summer after grad traveling, just seeing the world and going to countries that I've never been to. I actually had something in the works which I never talked about and never really spoke about because I didn't want to jinx it, but I also expected to have a job lined up for me by the following fall, which obviously has not happened either. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. What is the greatest thing you've done during quarantine? I like this question because earlier we talked about like what was the biggest struggle, what was the biggest challenge, but I think some good things have come from being in quarantine. Oh wait, my foot's cramping. I've been sitting crisscross applesauce and my foot hurts. Okay, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is definitely the fact that I've been putting out more fitness related content. It's something that I've been wanting to do on my channel for forever. In college, I implemented fitness in my vlogs every now and then, but I never really had the time to film my full workouts and post them on my Instagram, post them on my YouTube, and like be more known for my fitness. With quarantine, I really took that as an opportunity to start sharing more about my fitness, because I know lots of people are probably in need for motivation and that sort of thing, especially with the period of time when gyms were closed and everyone was working out from home. When I was still in college, I was like terrified of what would happen to my YouTube channel. Now that I'm not in college, I'm not going to be making the college videos anymore, but quarantine has definitely pushed me to find that niche that I've always wanted to dabble in but just didn't. I get messages and comments every day just from people who say that my content has been motivating them during these tough times, and that's probably like the best thing that I could ever hear from anyone who watches my videos. And then the cherry on top is like getting to partner with amazing fitness and like athletic brands, Lululemon or Gymshark. With creating more fitness content, I myself have just been re-inspired, fallen back into love with fitness and all things regarding fitness. So yeah, that's been a great thing for me. How's the family? I feel like you guys love seeing all the fam content, and family's been good. Obviously I've been spending a lot of time at home, a lot of time with Elvis. I feel like me and Elvis, we're like besties now. He literally sleeps in my room every night. My brother and sister are still working. My parents are just living their usual life. We're all sad that we can't be doing fun things and traveling and going to music festivals and all that, but all in all, I think we're all hanging in there. In terms of work and staying afloat and whatever, I think my family has been very lucky to not really be affected by the pandemic. If you guys saw previous vlogs, you know that we got a new puppy for my grandma, so the pup's been keeping my grandma company. But yeah, thank you for asking. I love my family. I love that you guys love my family. So any travel plans for when this is all over? Hell yeah. There is no guarantee on when things will even be remotely close to what they used to be. But yeah, I'm just like itching. I'm itching to get out of this city, get out of this state, get out of this country. I think the next place that I want to go to, and my family as well, is Korea, because in Asia I've only been to Japan and that was amazing, but I can only imagine how amazing Korea would be, and to travel like with my family and my mom who speaks fluently, and like that's her home. I would love to experience that alongside my family, and just learn more about the culture. I've been obsessed with K-pop and BTS, so that made the urge to want to go to Korea grow even stronger. So that's definitely on the bucket list now. Dying to go to New York again. I rewatched my old New York vlogs and I just think about like how amazing it was. I would love to see that city again. But yeah, just to travel in general. Like favorite spots in SF to spend quality time with yourself or recharge. I need to do more videos about SF and talk about like the places that I love to go to, like where people should visit when they come. It's kind of part of my brand, you know, Sanfrankrisco. This really only applies because of quarantine, but my favorite spot in SF would probably be Ocean Beach / Great Highway, and then Golden Gate Park. Great Highway is usually a highway for cars to drive through. It's right next to the beach, but because of COVID and all that, they shut those down, and now it's a great place to just run, and that has been a great way for me to recharge and just sort of escape all the madness in the world. It's a nice flat road, it's nice to run on, bike, walk the dog. So that's been a favorite spot of mine. And then also Golden Gate Park. There's sections of the park that are completely shut off from cars and just for pedestrians, bikers, runners, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think those have to be my top two. Ooh, okay, we're gonna get into some juicy stuff. I got a lot of questions in regards to my relationship status and that sort of thing. So, are you happy being single? What's the tea on your relationship status? Okay, well, I guess from that you probably already know, but yes, I am single and I am loving it. I feel like I'm living my best independent life. This is probably the longest period of time that I've been out of relationship. Probably been over a year now. Since being a freshman in high school, I've pretty much been in relationship after relationship and never really gave myself time to just be on my own. So yeah, it's been over a year and I feel like I'm thriving. Like earlier I was getting squirmy about the idea of being in a relationship because I honestly can't see someone coming into my life at this point and being like a perfect match for me. I have so many other priorities that I'd rather focus my time on than, I don't know if that sounds bad, but like genuinely that's how I feel. And the fact that I'm only 22, gonna turn 23 in January, like I was like, there's no rush. If anything, this is a time where I should be single and just figuring out my life, especially because I'm still trying to figure out work and who knows how long I'll be staying in the city, if I'm gonna move away. Like being cuffed right now just sounds all too complicated. Dating life during quarantine, so same sort of thing. I'm not in a relationship, literally not even talking to anyone. I'm not texting someone actively every day or Snapchatting or whatever. There's no person who I'm updating on a constant basis, which is honestly so freeing. And obviously sometimes I'm like, oh man, I do miss it, whatever. Dating life during quarantine has been very much non-existent, but I'm happy the way it is. Most important lesson you learned being single. I thought about this a little bit before, but the biggest lesson that I've learned being single is that I am fully capable of making myself happy and I don't need someone else to help me fulfill like my happiness and all that. With every relationship, I think I've learned more and more about myself, and I've learned more about what I'm worth. That feeling of being independent, doing things for yourself, not to impress anyone other than you, is just like such an empowering thing. And yeah, sure, being with someone is cool and it's nice to, you know, have that sort of companion, but I think a lot of people often get really dependent on their partner, and I definitely am the type to sort of like fully invest myself into someone even when they're not doing the same. So it's nice being out of relationship and just having to rely on solely myself for that inner happiness. Boom. How did you get so successful on YouTube? This is a very subjective question because people's definition of successful varies. In some aspects, I feel like I'm not successful on YouTube. Like I've been doing this for almost 4, maybe, I don't even know how long it's been. And I'm, you know, at around 160,000, which is still a lot, don't get me wrong. But I look at other creators who started more recently and they've blown up. Number wise, I don't see myself as like super successful, but when I think of my own success on YouTube, I think more about the potential impact I've made on people, or the community I've created, or like just the content that I've put out. Videos that I've put out are just documentations of my life. They hold a lot of great memories so that I can always look back on, so that's awesome. So much positivity in the comments and in my messages and all that. I think that is what makes me feel successful, because I feel like I've actually had like a positive impact on people, and I have a bunch of loyal subscribers who have seen me like throughout all of my college years. I'm happy that like my presence on camera translates to you guys at home. And where was I even going with this? But yeah, getting to this point of where I am on YouTube has just come with a lot of consistency and perseverance, I guess, like just continuing to make videos and making videos that I actually enjoy. I've obviously taken some longer breaks on YouTube, but you know, I never really gave up on it. For anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel or is still like in their early stages, like you just recently started, I know it's easy to get discouraged, but we all start somewhere, and if you honestly enjoy making videos, then I think success will find you. One last question. I feel like I've been filming for so long because I've just been stumbling over my words, and there's just like so many things that I want to say and talk about, but I've been trying to like consolidate. This one's kind of a deep one. What do you believe is your purpose in life? Purpose in life? What? I can agree that like we are all on this planet for a certain reason, and I think my purpose would probably be, and probably a lot of other people too, would just be to be a nice person, to be positive, and to uplift others. Having this platform has helped me sort of live out that purpose and to continue to live it out, whether if it's you're inspiring or motivating the close people around you, like in person, like your friends, your family, your peers, whatever. That's one thing, but given this platform, I have the ability to reach out to so many other people who I may never meet in my entire life, but I can still somehow motivate, inspire. Everyone's purpose in life should be to just uplift one another, because we're all just trying to be the best versions of ourselves, and although we all strive to be independent and all that, we can't always rely on only ourselves, because then that gets exhausting. So seeking others for inspiration is key, and I want to be that person that people can seek inspiration from. Yeah, that's just how I feel, coming from the heart. Alright you guys, so that is going to wrap up this life update, more personal-ish kind of Q&A, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to this point, then I appreciate you so much. I'm going to be filming another Q&A with your guys' questions more about health and fitness and working out and all that sort of stuff. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you're subscribed. I'll be uploading that soon after this. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. I've already said that a million times. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting me always. I think we're gonna hit 160,000 soon. We might already have by the time this video goes live. So thank you all so much. That is it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.